Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining me in today's webinar on Executor Services. We're going to be recording today's webinar, so if you'd like to receive a copy, please email sales@emergent.ca and include the name of this Executor Services webinar in your request. We're going to be looking at Emergent's new feature called Executor Services. This is a great new feature to help executors carry out many of the most important duties required for the administration of an estate. Emergent's Executor Services will send notifications of death to Service Canada, the Old Age Pension Program, CRA, and credit bureaus to greatly reduce the chances of identity theft. In 2017 alone, 2.5 million deceased people had their personal information stolen in North America. That resulted in over $16 billion lost to identity fraud. In addition to fraud prevention, Emergent's Executor Services cancels provincial health cards, driver's licenses, and also applies for the Canada Pension Plan Death Benefit and Survivor's Benefit. Now, we all know that executors sometimes forget to notify credit bureaus or provincial agencies, or they don't do so in a timely manner. With Emergent's Executor Services, you can complete this extra billable work for the executors in a quick, easy, and efficient manner by leveraging information already used by our estate administration software that you use to complete your daily work. And this new service from Emergent is free. Okay, let's get started. So as you can see, I have a record already set up. And if I click on our deceased name, that will open up the contact card. So when I click on full name, you can see that we have our first, middle, last name entered, and our address is entered as well. On the Details tab, there are certain fields that we want to also complete simply because these fields are used in the applications for probate throughout the provinces. We also want to pay attention to gender, marital status, and occupation, again, required in many of the applications throughout the provinces. When we enter in the health number, the social insurance number, and driver's license numbers, we really recommend that you use no spaces, just so that the application process for Executor Services goes smoothly. We also need our date of birth and date of death, of course. When you are entering in any dates in Emergent, we really recommend that you type out the name of the month, OCT, DEC, SEPT. That way you know you're getting October 4th and not April 10th. Now I'm just going to go to the Administration tab and we're going to open up the spouse contact card. On the Details tab, again, we have our social insurance number and date of birth entered. But I want to pay attention here to the former name. This is where you would put a birth name for this spouse because often names are changed on marriage. Now, I'm just going to click on the Executor Services button. You will not see this prompt. I get this because we're in a test environment. And when I open it, you'll see a lot of the information that has been contained on the contact card is already appearing on the first step of our three-step wizard. Here we have our gender, our marital status, and our health card number, social insurance, and driver's license numbers all pre-populated. Our date of birth from the contact card and our location. And now all I have to do is select on the drop-down UK because that's where Scotland is. And on the spouse information, you'll see we have our spouse name, her social insurance number, and her name at birth and date of birth. Now I just have to navigate to where we have kept the scan of our death certificate on our network and select it. The next step, this is the information of our responsible lawyer on this record. And you'll see we have our name, our firm name. We don't need date of birth, of course, and our phone number. If you don't have the phone number on the contact card, you can input it here, but also remember to correct the information on your contact card. And now we just have to navigate to where our electronic signature, again, is held on our network. Keep in mind the electronic signature has to be 10 kilobytes or less, so you can work with your IT department to reduce the size of your signature. And the final step, as you can see, these are all of the agencies and applications that are going to be generated for this particular record. Our Old Age Security Program, CPP, TransUnion credit reporting, and we will be canceling the social insurance number, the driver's license, and things like that. Applications for the death benefit, survivor's benefit will be started and then emailed back to the responsible lawyer for further completion. Now, when I hit submit, because I'm in a test environment, again, everything is going to happen pretty much instantaneously for me. You will have 24 hours to come back and check the status of your record. So I'm just going to click OK. And this is what you will see 24 hours after you click on submit. So you can see that we've got things transmitted and submitted and then sent back to the responsible lawyer for completion and sending out. So I'm just going to close this record because one of the other things that happens is a pop-up note is automatically generated so that you can be reminded to check the status of this case tomorrow or the next time that you open up this record. The other thing that happens automatically is a confirmation email is generated, and this is what it would look like, the file documents report. So we would have our decedent's name, our informant, in other words, the responsible lawyer's name, and all of the forms and status of them. So that concludes our webinar for today. I want to thank everyone for participating. And if you have any questions, please reach out to us directly at customercare@emergent.ca, and we'll be sure to get back to you as soon as we can. Thanks again for joining me, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.